Good morning, sixth grade. Today is Monday, and we are going to continue reading chapter 4 of Roll of Thunder. A little recap about what's happened so far. The kids started to feel a little bit guilty about what they did to the bus, especially after Cassie saw those night men outside their house the other night. They've been moping around, not being themselves. Even Big Mama started to get their suspicions. But then TJ came over and, like TJ normally do, just runs his mouth, gossips about what's going on around the area, said that another person got tarred and feathered by the night men or the KKK. But also, TJ's never up to any good. He was caught trying to cheat on his next exam. Who would do that? I don't know. So we're going to continue to read where we left off, where it says Little Man. Little man Christopher John, Claude, and I were sitting on the bottom step of the seventh grade class building after school, waiting for Stacy and TJ, when the front door banged open and TJ shot out and tore across the yard. "What's the matter with him?" asked Christopher John. "Ain't he gonna wait for Stacy?" The rest of the seventh grade, led by little Willie Wiggins and Mo Turner, spilled from the building. "There you go!" cried little Willie as TJ disappeared on the forest road. Mo Turner yelled, "Let's see where he going." Then he and three other boys dashed away in pursuit of TJ, but the others stood restlessly near the steps as if school had not yet ended. "Hey, what's going on?" I asked little Willie. "What's everybody waiting around for?" "And where's Stacy?" demanded little man. Little Willie smiled. "Stacy inside with Miss Logan. He got whipped today." "Whipped?" I cried. "Why, can't nobody whip Stacy." "Who done it?" "Yo mama," laughed little Willie. "Mama?" Christopher John, little man, and I exclaimed. Little Willie nodded. "Yep, in front of everybody." I swallowed hard, feeling very sorry for my older brother. It was bad enough to be whipped in front of 30 others by a teacher, but to get it by one's own mother, now that was downright embarrassing. "Why'd Mama do that?" asked Christopher John. "She caught him with cheat notes during the history examination." "Mama knows Stacy wouldn't cheat," I declared. Little Willie shrugged. "Well, whether she knowed it or not, she sure enough whipped him. Course not, she give him a chance to get out of it when he said he wasn't cheating, and she asked him how he got them cheat notes. But Stacy wouldn't tell on old TJ. You know good and well old TJ wasn't about to say them notes was his." "Cheat notes? But how TJ get cheat notes? Stacy got rid of them things this morning." "Come noontime, though," replied little Willie, "TJ was in them woods busy writing himself another set. Me and Mo seen him." "Well, what the devil was Stacy doing with them?" "Well, we was in the middle of the examination and old TJ slips out these cheat notes. Me and Clarence here was sitting right behind him and TJ and seen the whole thing. Stacy was sitting right side of TJ when he seen them notes. He motioned TJ to put them away. At first, TJ wouldn't do it, but then he seen Miss Logan starting toward him, and he slipped Stacy the notes. Well, Stacy didn't see Miss Logan coming when he took them notes, and by the time he saw her, it was too late to get rid of them. Wasn't nothing Miss Logan could do but whip him. Failed him, too. And old TJ just sat there and ain't say a word, interjected Clarence, laughing. "But knowing Stacy, I bet your old TJ ain't gonna get away with it," chuckled little Willie. "And TJ know it too. That's why he lit out of here like he done. And I bet you, hey Stacy." Everyone turned as Stacy bounded down the steps. His square face was unsmiling, but there was no anger in his voice when he asked quietly, "Anybody seen TJ?" All the students answered at once, indicating that TJ had headed west toward home, then surrounded Stacy as he started to cross the lawn. Christopher John, Little Man, Claude, and I followed. When we reached the crossroads, Mo Turner was waiting. TJ went down to the Wallace store, he announced. Stacy stopped, and so did everyone else. Stacy stared past Jefferson Davis, then back down the road toward Great Faith, looking over his shoulder. He found me and ordered, "Cassie, You and Christopher John and man go on home. You come too, I said, afraid of where he was going. Gotta take care of something first, he said, walking away. Mama gonna take care of you, I hollered after him. You know she said we wasn't to go down there, and she find out she gonna wear you out again, Papa too. But Stacy did not come back. For a moment, little man Christopher John Claude and I stood watching Stacy and the others headed swiftly northward. Then little man said, I want to see what he gonna do. I don't, declared Christopher John. Come on, I said, starting after Stacy with little man and Claude beside me. I don't want no whooping, objected Christopher John, standing alone in the crossroads. But when he saw that we were not coming back, he puffed to join us, grumbling all the while. The Wallace store stood almost a half mile beyond Jefferson Davis on a triangular lot that faced the Soldiers Bridge crossroads. Once the Granger Plantation store, it had been run by the Wallaces for as long as I could remember, and most of the people within the 40-mile stretch between Smellings Creek and Strawberry shopped there. The other three corners of the crossroads were forest land, black and dense. The store consisted of a small building with a gas pump in front of a storage house in the back. Beyond the store, against the forest edge, were two gray clapboard houses and a small garden. But there were no fields. The Wallaces did not farm. Stacy and the other children were standing in the doorway of the store when little man Christopher John Claude and I ran up. We squeezed through so we could see inside. A man we all knew was Caleb Wallace, stood behind the counter. A few other men sat around a stove playing checkers, and Jeremy's older brothers, R.W. and Melvin, who had dropped out of school long ago, leaned sleepy-eyed against the counter staring at us. Y'all go on back, said Caleb Wallace, lest y'all want to buy something. Mr. Dewberry got the music on already. As we turned away from the entrance, Melvin Sims said, just look at all the little niggers come to dance, and the laughter of the men filled the room. Christopher John tugged at my arm. I don't like this place, Cassie. Let's go on home. We can't leave without Stacy, I said. Music beckoned from the storage room where Dewberry Wallace was placing round brown bottles on a table as we crowded in. Aside from the table, there was no furniture in the room. Boxes lined the walls and the center floor had been cleared for dancing. Several older couples from Great Faith were already engaged in movements I had never seen before. What they doing? Asked little man. I shrugged. I guess that's what they call dancing. All right, we're going to stop right there. If you have any questions, you can join me for office hours today at 4 o'clock. You can give me a call. You can text me. But make sure you go back in the text and answer the questions carefully. All right, bye.